Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We're going to start from Ad-Darsu Salisu, the lesson number 3, which is the topic is Mahadul Lughatil Arabiyati, the Institute of the Arabic Language. Before we go through the detail of this lesson, let's go through the concept first. So, starting from here, Al-Afalul Arabiyatu, the verbs, the Arabic verbs. So, the question is, Kam shaklan lil failil Arabi? How many forms of the Arabic verbs? The answer is Asnani, 2. Mahuma, what are they? Al-failul Madi wal failul Mudare. So, there are two types of verbs in Arabic, Madi and Mudare. Shaklul fail al Madi, how the fail Madi looks like. So, here some verbs are given like dakhala. Dakhala mean he entered, kharaja he left, fataha he opened, shariba he drank, samia he listened, zahika he laughed, kabura he became old, sagura he became small, hasuna he did good. So, I mean, if you look at those examples of the verbs, first thing you know that there are three letters. So, the basic form of the Arabic verb has 3 letters, 1, 2 and 3. And then you would note that the first letter has the fatha on top of it. Like you see da, kha, fa, and here all fatha. So that means the 3-letter past tense will always start from a root letter which have fatha. And then if you look at the third letter, it also has a fatha. Like this purple color, dakhala, kharaja, fataha, shariba, samia, zahika, kabura, sagura, hasuna. So they also ending with starting with the root letter with the fatha sign and ending with the root letter with the fatha sign. The only thing is the middle letter changes. So, for example, in this block, all the verbs have the middle letter with the fatha sign, like dakhala, kharaja, fataha. But in this block, the middle letter has a kasra sign, like shariba, samia, zahika. And in this block, all the verbs have the dhamma sign, kabura, sagura, hasuna. So, in other words, the first letter and the last letter of an Arabic basic root form 3-letter verb is going to be, the first letter is going to be fatha, the last letter is going to be fatha, but the middle letter can be fatha, can be with the kasra, or can be dhamma, can have dhamma. So let's go through it. Haza Maz the Miru Hua. So all these forms that are given, they are the forms of Hua. Like I said, Dakhala, he entered, he left, he opened. So all this you will see that I'm using he, because those are all the forms of Hua. But we have other pronouns like Hua, Huma, Hum, Hiya, Huma, Hunna. And those are the third person pronouns. Then the second person, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. And then the first person, ana, nahnu. So those all pronouns have فكيف فعل ما الضمائر الأخرى. So then what are the forms of those other pronouns? We're gonna go through it. So al-fi'lul madiyu salasata harufin. Like I mentioned, the basic form of the fi'l madi gonna have three words, like in all these examples. Al-harful awwalu, which has a fatha sign. Wahuwa la yataghayyaru ma kulli damairi. So with every pronoun, this will not change. Just make a note, this will not change. Al harfu saniyu, the second word which has the red, in this case is with the fatha sign, with the kasra sign, and with the dhamma sign. So this is what is mentioned, harfu sani, which can have fatha, can have kasra, or can have dhamma. وَهُوَ لَا يَتَغَيَّرُ مَعَ كُلَّ الضَّمَائِرِ. This also does not change with any pronoun. So the third one, al-harfu salisu, the third one, which also ending at the fatha in all these cases. وَهُوَ مُخْتَلِفٌ مِنْ دَمِيرٍ إِلَى دَمِيرٍ. This gonna be mukhtalif, or is gonna be different from pronoun to pronoun. So pronoun to pronoun. So let's look at the pronoun. Ad-damairu, the pronoun, damirul fa'il fil madi. So fi'lu madi has its own pronouns. Like for ana, is gonna be tu. Say for example, I'm using a verb, first verb dakhala. If I say dakhaltu, that means I entered. Dakhala, he entered. Dakhaltu, I entered. So what is tu? Tu is the file, the mirul file. So this is the pronoun of the file. So tu will indicate that I am referring to ana. Similarly, for nahnu, I would say dakhalna. So when you see na, that means it is referring to we entered. So na is a pronoun used here. So dakhalna means we entered. So those two are for the al-mutakallim, first person. Now the second person pronouns. For anta, dakhala will change to dakhalta, you entered. Similarly for anti, which is for feminine, mufrad muzakkar, singular masculine, singular feminine, dakhalti means she entered. Antuma, the pronoun is tuma, means you both entered, musanna. This is for the pronoun for the dual. So you both entered. So tuma is the pronoun that is used in the verb. Similarly, antum, which is jamma muzakkar, the plural of the masculine. If I would say dakhaltum means you entered. So tum means you all. Similarly, antunna, which is jamma muannas. So if I say dakhaltunna, that means you all feminine entered, past tense. Huwa, we talk about it, dakhala, so that those all the verbs, the form of the huwa, which means huwa does not show its pronoun. It doesn't, just like for the other verb forms, the pronouns are visible. This pronoun is not visible. Similarly, for here, dakhala changes to dakhalat, but dakhalat, ta is not its pronoun. Uh, Now we're talking about the third person here. So huwa is mufrid muzakkar, singular masculine, third person. Al ghaibu here, which is the third person singular feminine, and then the pair. So the pronoun for the dual is alif. So now say huwa dakhala, hiya dakhalat. But ta is representing that it is a feminine, but ta is not a pronoun, is not a visible pronoun. So dakhala and dakhalat won't have visible pronouns. Huma dakhala, so if I add alif, then it becomes they both entered. So hum dakhalu, is the vowel is added here, but is written like with the alif. So but vowel is gonna be the pronoun for whom, dakhalu, and hunna dakhalna. So this noon, addition of noon means this is the pronoun for jama muannas. For jama muzakkar, third person is waw, and for jama muannas is noon. So let's see how when those pronouns are attached, what happens. So tatagayyaru harkatul harfis salisi. This is what it was said, that only the first person does not change with all the pronouns, all the different forms of pronouns. Second does not change with all the different forms of the pronouns. Only the third is different. And so the third is different. Then what happens? Tatagayyaru harkatul harfus salisi fil fi'lil madi ma damair. So for in the case of the pronouns which are for ana, nahnu, anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna, antunna, and this hunna. Hunna. So for this, in all these cases, the fatha sign will change to the sukoon. Just like when I said dakhaltu, so you just notice that dakhal lam does not have any sign there, any harka, so which is sukoon. Dakhal, if you write dakhaltu, lam you will show lam with the sukoon. Similarly dakhalna, similarly dakhalta. You just keep focus on the word lam. Dakhalti, dakhaltuma, dakhaltum, dakhaltunna, and dakhalna. So all these cases you would note that the third letter, which was having a fatha sign, is changed to the sukoon. Similarly, some the examples are given here, like dakhaltu, just like I mentioned here, dakhaltu. So dakhaltu lam has a sukoon. Dakhalna, lam has a sukoon. So only two examples are given for tu and na. Similarly, you can make, like I said, dakhalta, dakhalti, dakhaltuma, dakhaltum, dakhaltunna, dakhalna. So you would note that the fatha sign of the lam is changing to sukoon. And tatagayyaru harkatul harfus salisi ma damir waw min. And for the in the case of waw, which is this form, dakhalu, so you say that now it is not having a sukoon, is having a dhamma. Dakhalu, dakhalu. So that means the fatha sign has changed with the dhamma sign. So if you look at lam here, the lam was supposed to have a fatha sign, just like in dakhala, for huwa version, but now for whom it changed to dakhalu. So in all those cases it was changed to sukoon, but for whom it changed to dhamma. And la tatagayyaru harkatul harfi salisi ma damairil ukhra. So for the remaining three pronouns, if you look at here, huma and hiya, huwa, hiya, huma, that the lam will continue to have fatha sign. Just like huwa dakhala, hiya dakhalat. So dakhalat means again lam has a fatha. Huma dakhala. So in those three cases, the lam gonna its fatha sign won't change. For whom it will change to dhamma. Dakhalu from fatha to dakhala, from huwa dakhala, hum dakhalu from fatha to dhamma, and for all other pronouns it will change to sukoon. So this is what is all about. So this I have mentioned, la tataghayyar harkatul harfil salisi ma damairil ukhra. So like dakhala, you see lam dakhala, dakhalat for hiya, lam has a fatha. Huma dakhala, lam has a fatha here, dakhala. Make a note that tu in the case of here dakhalat, this ta here, laysat damiran is not a pronoun, like what I have marked here with the purple sign, I mean with the turquoise sign or a blue sign, not purple. Those colors mark, they all are the pronouns, but in the case of here there is no pronoun. But if you see here has dakhalat, so this ta is just showing that this is a feminine. This ta is not a pronoun. This is what is mentioned here. This ta fil feli dakhalat laysat damiran is not a pronoun. Here fakat alamatun lil muannasi. This is just the example of that this is a feminine. Wahuma in case of muannas changes to dakhalata. Okay, let's look at the whole table now. Huwa dakhala. So this is from where we started. This is the basic huwa version. Then hiya dakhalat. So you would see no pronoun added. And for huma, if is masculine, then is dakhala. If is feminine, then is dakhal. It becomes dakhalata. But the pronoun is only alif. The ta again is showing that this is feminine. So this is what the author has explained here. Harfu ta aidan laysa huwa damirun huwa alamatun lil muannasi. So in other words, that for here this ta is not a pronoun, is just a sign of that this is a feminine word. And again for huma, if it's here she, this ta does not represent a pronoun, is not a pronoun, is the sign that this is a feminine. Similarly, huma goes for both masculine and feminine. If it's a masculine, then is dakhala, and if it's a feminine, they both entered, they both feminine entered, then is dakhalata. But the ta, this ta sign again is not a pronoun, only alif is pronoun. So alif is pronoun in both cases. This ta is not a laysa huwa damir is not a pronoun. This ta huwa alamatun lil muannas. This is again the sign for the feminine. Okay, so now if you apply all these principles, and let's review those examples. So I will start from the third person. huwa, hiya, huma, hum, hunna. So huwa, dakhala. Let's look. The three examples are given. One with one from each table, like this one. Dakhala, Samiya, and I think the third one is Kabura. So for dakhala, let's look at the whole conjugation of this verb dakhala. Huwa dakhala, hiya dakhalat, huma dakhala for masculine and dakhalata for feminine. So, and now you will see that when you see this, you will say that alif is the file, is the doer of the verb. In these two cases, the verb is inside, is not visible. So you can say the file is hidden here, mustatir. But in these, other than these two, everyone is showing their file. So huma dakhala or dakhalata for masculine and feminine. Alif is the file. Hum dakhalu, hunna dakhalna. So all these, this here is vav is the file. Alif is just added. Is added for separation, but vav is the file here. Dakhalna, noon, this na is the file. So those were the third person. For second person, anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. Dakhalta, ta is the file. Dakhalti, ti is the file. I mean, you entered, you entered masculine, you entered feminine. Dakhaltuma, you both entered. For masculine, feminine, it remains tuma. So tuma is this tuma is the file, is the pronoun. Dakhaltum, tum is the file here. Antunna, dakhaltunna, this tunna is the file for anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna for the feminine plural, second person. For the first person, ana dakhaltu, I entered. Nahnu dakhalna, we entered. So now similarly for the case of Samiya, he listened. Let's start from the third person. Samiya, Samiyat, Samiya, Samiyata, alif is added. Samiyu, vav is the file is vav. Samina, known is the file. For second person, anta, samita, ta is file. Samiti, samituma. So anta means you listened, masculine. You feminine listened. You both listened. You all masculine listened. Samitum, samitunna. You all feminine, you listened. Samitu, I listened. Samina, we listened. For the case of Kabura, again let's go back here again from Huwa. Kabura, for here, it became bigger, or he became bigger. Kaburat, he became bigger. Kaburat, so same pattern. This should go here. Alif. Okay. So for huwa kabura, hiya kaburat, huma kabura or kaburata. If huma is for masculine, then is kabura. If is for feminine, then is kaburata. Hum is kaburu, hunna kaburna. And then for the second person, anta kaburta, antum anti kaburti, antuma kaburtuma, antum kaburtum, antunna kaburtunna, ana kaburtu, nahnu kaburna. So you would see that the first letter is same, does not changed. Second letter does not changed. The third letter changed from dakhala to skoon. You see the skoon, and here it didn't change, and here it didn't change, and for whom it changed to dhamma, dakhalu. So same for this is how every verb you can change the meaning of the verb with a different pronoun by changing the ending of the verb. So this was the past tense. For present tense, shaklul fe'lul mudare. So for say example of shariba, this is the one, shariba. In the past tense, he drank. So in the present tense, it changes to yashrabu. Fahima, yashrabu, he drinks. Fahima, he understood. Yafhamu, he understands. Raja'a means to return. Yarjiu, he returns. Jalasa, to sit. Yajlisu, he sits, present tense. Yanzuru, nazara, to look. Yanzuru, he looks. Kabura, again, he became older, bigger. Yakbaru, he becomes bigger. So now this is how the fail mudare shows. You would note that ya is added for every for the before the three letters. So ya is the indication that this is the present tense. So ya will differentiate between the past tense and the present tense. Past tense does not have anything, but the present tense will have ya. So in other words, in the present tense, you will see for every three-letter verb, you will see one extra letter. So these three letters, 1, 2, 3, and this you see one extra letter with the fatha sign. But again, the middle letter, the first letter will have skoon in all the verbs. First letter skoon. The last letter will have the dhamma in all cases. Dhamma. But the middle letter of fail mudare can be fatha, can have fatha, can have kasra, and can have dhamma. Same like the past tense. So there is no rule which one we're gonna have which sign. So that is why in dictionary both past and present are mentioned. So okay, so these are the tables. Haza ma damiru huwa fa kaifa ma kulli damairi. So means that these forms are for huwa version. Like I said, yashrabu, he drinks. Yafhamu, he understands. So this is for all huwa. I'm using he here. So فَكَيْفَ مَا كُلِّ ضَمَانٍ. So how this form changes with the other forms of the pronouns. This is a question. So al-failul mudari'u arbata harufin. Fail mudari has 4 letters. In the case of past tense was 3 letters, but in the case of mudari it has 4 letters. Like I said, one additional letter here. And this additional letter is harfu mudari is the letter for the present tense. Wahuwa yataghayyaru min damirin ila damirin, and it changes from pronoun to pronoun. So for ana, this ya will change to hamza. For nahnu, this ya will change to na. For the mayer, for the pronouns anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna, wahiya, wahuma, al muannas, this changes to ta. For ma, the mayer huwa, wahuma, muzakkar, wahum, wahunna, this remains ya. Let's look at the example here. For example, like here it is saying that with ana, this ya will change to hamza. So that means yashrabu will become ashrabu. For nahnu, yashrabu will become nashrabu. So this is what is mentioned here. For ana, the ya changes to hamza, so it become ashrabu. So yashrabu changes to ashrabu for ana. Nahnu will change to nashrabu. For anta, it will change to tashrabu. It changes to ta. And for huwa, hiya, it remains yashrabu and hiya tashrabu. So if you look at here, for all these pronouns it changes to ta, and all these pronouns it changes, it remains ya. So that is the first thing that is changing here. And then you will note that harful awwalu, this first letter that has a sukoon, that will not change. Wahuwa la yatagayyaru ma kulli damairi, this doesn't change with any pronoun. The second one, you see the second one has is changing from fail to fail. But if it's say yashrabu, in any other form it will not change. Like the second root letter has, in some form has fatha, in some form has a kasra, and in some forms has a dhamma. So when with other pronouns this will not change. A will stay, e, u, wahuwa la yatagayyaru ma kulli damairi. So this doesn't change with any pronoun. Again, so both same like past tense. The third letter, which has a dhamma for in all cases, that changes from wahuwa yatagayyaru ma damairin with the pronoun. So that changes. Now, just like the past tense pronouns for the file, there are also some pronouns for the pronouns of file for like for similar, like in the past tense. If I show you here, except hiya, huwa and hiya, everyone has their own pronoun. But in the case of present tense, only not many, like even ana does not have its pronoun, nahnu does not have its sign, the mirul file that will show you that okay, this is the file. So only these ones have a the mirul file. Only these have the pronouns which are visible. For anti is ya, antuma is alif, antum is waw, antunna is noon. For huma is alif, hum waw, hunna noon. So waw can be huma with huma or antuma, waw alif huma or antuma, waw can be antum or hum, and noon can be with hunna or antunna. So basically there are just four four forms: ya, alif, waw, and noon. So now let's look at how that the third letter changes from with the pronouns. We have gone through it. The Mairu Feluha Bidoni is the median file. So those five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they don't have Bidoni, they don't have the pronoun, visible pronoun as a file. Just like I told you, Ana Ashrabu, so there is no pronoun here, no Damirul file. Nahnu Nashrabu, no Damirul file. Anti Tashrabu, no Damirul file. Huwa Yashrabu, no damirul file. Hiya tashrabu, no damirul file. So those have no damirul file, no pronoun for the file. This one I told you before that with these forms the ya changes to these letters. So ana ashrabu, nahnu I drink. Nahnu nashrabu, we drink. Anta tashrabu, masculine, you drink. Huwa yashrabu, he drinks. He masculine here. Hiya tashrabu, she drinks. So those forms, they don't have a visible pronoun. The mairu feluha yatagayyaru walahu is the mirul file. The pronouns that their verbs they change and have the mir file, they are anti, antuma, antum, huma, hum. So for those pronouns, wabada damiri yakunu noon, the noon is added. So for example, anti tashrabi, so the pronoun is ya, and then noon is added, so it changes to tashrabina. Antuma, the pronoun is alif, and then noon is added, tashrabani. So antum, similarly, tashrabuna. Huma yashrabani. Hum yashrabuna. So in other words, for these forms the noon is added, and the pronoun, the visible pronoun is these letters which coming from here, these letters. So anti tashrabina mean you feminine, you drink. Antuma tashrabani can be masculine or feminine, you both drink. Antum tashrabuna, you all drink. Huma yashrabani, they both drink. They both can be masculine or feminine. Hum yashrabuna, they all drink. Damairun naswati antunna and hunna laha shaklun khasun. So now the two pronouns are left, antunna and hunna. They have a shaklun khas, they have a special form. So for antunna is tashrabna, and for hunna is yashrabna. So if you look at the third letter here, because this says that the third letter changes, for huwa yatagayyaru ma damair, it changes with the pronoun. So if you again look at the third letter, so in this case the third letter did not change, means the original form huwa was yashrabu, so with these it remained boo boo boo. Ba did not change, and in these cases ba changed to tashrabina. Tashrabani changes to kasra, fatha. Tashrabuna didn't change, tashrabani, hum yashrabuna, and in these two cases it changed to with the sukoon, tashrabna and yashrabna. So they have two special form, and the noon is the pronoun here for these two. In these cases noon was not a pronoun, it was added. These were the pronouns of the file and in these two cases noon is a pronoun. Tashrabna means you all, feminine, you drink. Hunna, they all, feminine, drink. Third person, second person. Okay, now here this table shows both the verbs side by side. Like for zahaba, the verb is zahaba yazhabu. So this side showing past tense, this side showing present tense. So if you look at the past tense, huwa zahaba, hiya zahabat, huma zahaba or zahabata. If his huma is for two masculine, then is zahaba. If it's two feminine, then is zahabata. Hum is zahabu and hunna is zahabna. So hum all masculine, 2 plus, and then is zahabna. So this is the third person. This is the third person pronouns. Only the highlighted ones, they are the damirul file. Similarly, the second person, anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. For anta, zahabta, anti, zahabti, antuma, zahabtuma, antum, zahabtum, antunna, zahabtunna. So you see that the pronouns, these damirul file fil madi, they are added. For ana is zahabtu, nahnu, zahabna. So if you make those changes, you can make, if you have any verb, the other patterns you can make yourself just by changing the ending like it was just mentioned in the rules. So that is the past tense. For present tense, zahaba will change to yazhabu, ya is added, and in the for huwa, for hiya, it changes to tazhabu. For huma, yazhabani or tazhabani. So well, this is too big, but the mirul file in mudare is alif in both cases. So alif is the, when you see alif, you will understand that this is talking about the two people here. Huma, third person dual. So yazhabu, he goes. Tazhabu, she goes. Yazhabani, they both masculine go. Tazhabani, both feminine go. Hum yazhabuna, wow is the file, they all go. Hunna, noon is the file. Yazhabna, they all feminine go. For the second person, anta, the anta does not have any damirul file, so mean is hidden. So anta, yazhabu will change to tazhabu, you go. Anti tazhabina, you feminine go. Antuma, any masculine or feminine, tazhabani, you both go. Antum tazhabuna, you all go. Antunna tazhabna, you all feminine go. And for ana is azhabu, nahnu is nazhabu. So just remember that in the case of past tense, only two forms, huwa or hiya, they don't show their you won't see the mirul file. So in that case you will say that the file is hidden, the mirul mustatir. But in all other forms the file is so if it comes habtu, you would say that tu is the file. I left. So in the case of present tense, those 5 forms, ana, nahnu, anta, huwa, hiya, those won't show their pronouns. They have the pronouns are hidden here, but all other forms will show their pronouns, like I have highlighted here. So important thing is alfalul lati takunu aksara min salasati harufi. We are just in all these examples we have talked about a verb that has the 3 letters, like dakhala, yadkhulu. So only the root forms are da, khala or kharaja. In all these cases, the only 3 letters were mentioned. But some verbs they were had just like takallama, yatakallamu, ta'allama, yata'allamu. They are more than 3 letters. So aksara min salati harufin, the verbs that have more than 3 letters, like in these 2 examples, wal afalulati yakunu fiha, or some verbs they have the weak letters like waw, like hamza, waw, or ya, just like in comes in kala or nama. Kala, he said; nama, he slept. La nadrusuha alana. So means those rules are they don't apply on these verbs. These rules are just for the 3-letter verb. If it is the more than 3 letters, or if it is a verb that has any of these letters, like alif, waw, or ya, like in this case alif, in both cases, then these rules they won't apply. So this is what it is mentioned. Okay, then is the exercises, but okay, after this in the next session we will go through the lesson, the main lesson, which we skipped here in the beginning. So we will go through this lesson, and now we see the application of those verbs, how those whatever we studied, how those changes happen in the sentences. So this I will start. I will go through this in the next session. So I'm going to stop it here now.